I'm the Batman, fear the Batman. There's maybe one novel concept in here. Turns out old people are actually terrifying. The only reason I still think about this movie is that I'm genuinely curious if Bullock's wardrobe was her idea or not. So this movie used People Are Strange in its marketing, but the Doctor Strange movie that came out this year didn't, and yet it didn't use Bullet with butterfly wings, aka The World is a Vampire, but Black Adam, a movie with no vampires, did. And somehow, this absolute nothing burger of music trivia is more interesting than anything that happened in Morbius. Tiny Magic Hedgehog! Enjoyed! I choose not to watch. Does that count? I'm disappointed in myself. I still haven't seen Paddington 2. I have forgotten most of this movie. How's that for irony? A little bit Fantasia, more than a little bit Evil Dead, and a hell of a lot of fun. More like Fire non-starter, am I right, friendos? The end of this movie still freaks me out. I liked it a lot. Surprisingly good time, says someone who hated the first one. Somehow this movie about dinosaurs escaping into modern society has its big threat not be dinosaurs in modern society. They did this concept better 22 years ago. Light on horror, but still plenty horrifying. In a good way. This is 1 part prelude, 1 part clip show recap, 1 part epilogue. I feel a little betrayed. At least Natalie Portman was great. Yep. Overreaches a bit, but goes heavy on style. This movie had exactly as many good plot points as it had F-bombs. 1. I should have had way more fun with a movie that stars Idris Elba and an exploding lion. Okay, now that I've seen this movie, it really takes a turn halfway through. I think I liked it, though. We were having a really good year for horror movies, and then you happened. I get why it didn't click, but I liked this one a lot. I still don't want to talk about this for fear of spoilers, it's so good! If I was more up-to-date on mystery novels, I might be able to figure out if this is overly referential or not. This is a movie that I get more disappointed by the more I think on it. Not as scary as I would have liked, but also not terrible. Trying a little too hard to convince us of its own self-importance for a movie that made up a bunch of stuff about something that actually happened for clout. Yes! Please, end. It's one of the movies that came out this year. We were having a really good year for horror, and then you happened. Basically a perfect movie. No notes. I liked it. Why are you so damn good? The best Korean War film I've ever seen. The second best Christmas action movie ever made. When I heard Grinch slasher parody, I figured it'd at least be funny? Why is it so hard to get good Christmas horror? Not as good as the first one. Still good, though.